All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. So the day after the OnePlus 7 Pro, my second time giving it a go, I jumped right into the cameras, and I'm working on a camera, re-up for the cameras on here. I noticed something with the cameras. A lot of you guys said that the cameras were improved based on the latest software update. And the cameras on here, I think the front camera is actually a little bit better than the rear in my experience. I like it. I like the cameras. I don't think they're the best cameras, obviously. And some people ask, why do you focus on cameras so much? Well, I do videos, and I would love to show the cameras on phone. That's what I do. I like to do the software, hardware, just the basic rundown. But cameras are important to people. For people that say that cameras are not important to people, I don't know what world they're living in, because social media has taken over and people post footage from their cameras. And these were cameras actually did really good at 4K at 60 FPS. However, they had this yellowish tint to them. And I noticed it. I noticed it when I was shooting the 4K video. And even though it's going to go in the other video for the camera review, I'm going to give you a quick sample of it right now in this video, because it's a real small clip. It's not a big clip at all. And you'll see what I mean. It kind of reminded me of the Sony Xperia 10's footage with that yellowish hue to it. And I put it to 1080p to see if there was any difference at 60 FPS, and I really didn't notice too much difference. So, I prefer to keep it at 4K at 60 frames per second if I can at all times, because I can record anything I want. But nonetheless, I noticed that about the cameras immediately. And I'm pretty sure it's just going to be a situation where it depends on the lighting. Because I've shot video with the OnePlus 7 Pro, the first one I got, and it was pretty good. It wasn't the best in my experience, but it was actually pretty good. And so that was important to me. But just tell me what you think about that camera footage. Now, let's go on to software. Obviously, I have the phone set up. Don't have very many things on here. I just have, well, actually, yeah, this is all the apps that I have. I only put apps on here that I'm actually going to use. So I've got all my home security things and, Netflix, everything's fine, no issues with the software at all. I had my favorite icon pack on here at one point, but I took that off, I just went back to the OnePlus, but Ortus is the icon pack that I like the best. I purchased several icon packs. Ortus is one that's pretty sweet. It just has the rounded, kind of cartoonish icons, and the reason I like Ortus is because it does every icon. There's very few that are not changed over, and this app is one of them. Where is it at? The Avery. Actually, I think it might have changed it in this one. Yeah. I don't have Avery on here yet, but Avery is one, and then also my photos, my cloud storage. Even my cloud storage gets converted. So I like this because it converts over everything and gives it a more uniform look. But lately I've just been using the OnePlus icon pack, just because it's only been 24 hours, and I wanted to, give some kind of update on the phone. And, the first time that I had this phone, 12 days is all that I had it, and I didn't feel like I had it long enough, so that's why I brought it back. Because in those videos where I did the return and everything, and I did the message to OnePlus fans, I not changing my mind about the things I said, but I'm just going to give this phone a longer run. I'm going to keep it longer than 12 days. I don't plan on doing any returns or anything. I'm just going to keep it and roll with it, and if I just get tired of it, I'll just put it to the side and use my G8 or something else, or my Note or something. I don't know. I'll use something else on my Pixel just to, get me a little back on cue, and then I'll come back to this phone. But phone calls and everything on here over the T-Mobile network obviously are good. It's good. I hadn't had any problems with it. Wi-Fi calling is on board, and it's a good thing. Sound quality is good. Data speeds over T-Mobile with this version. This is the T-Mobile version, by the way. I just went into the store. It was total spur of the moment. I was going to order from OnePlus, and I said, I don't want to go through all that hassle. So if I have a problem, I can just go straight into a T-Mobile store. But I went with the T-Mobile version this time for no specific reason. I just didn't want to wait on OnePlus, and I was like, I don't want to wait on shipping. Also, I'm leaving soon, and I don't know the shipping if it would have got it in time and things like that. So same phone, just has a little bit of T-Mobile bloatware on it, and that's pretty much it. But LTE in my office is really fast with T-Mobile. It's good, no problems whatsoever. Yeah. So before, when I had this phone, I talked about it being a heavy, kind of a clunky phone, and the design, the design didn't feel as premium as I wanted it to feel. And some guys really got in your feelings about that, but just remember, this is my experience, folks. But I do enjoy the screen. Now, I don't enjoy this screen for the purposes what other people might say they enjoy it for. Like, some people are caught up on the 90 hertz. I'm not caught up on that. I don't even think I can tell the difference, honestly. But this is why I like this screen. Let me see. Here we go. This is a reason that I like this screen right here, is I can go up to this beautiful footage here and just fill it up. This is just my Vivo Next on steroids, folks. This is absolutely a beautiful, beautiful display. I never said the display was bad the first go around, but look at how beautiful this is, man. It's beautiful. This is something that I'm intrigued by the display, not that it's 90 hertz. And I hear people keep on saying, once you go to a 90 hertz display, you'll never be able to go back. I don't believe that to be true, because I did it and I didn't see the difference. I don't feel any kind of way about it. But I do, in fact, give credit for this display, where it being so totally awesome. It's one of those things that, man, if you can experience it in person, you'll love it. And you see how good T-Mobile's network does? I'm streaming in 1440p at 60 frames per second HDR. It's no stuttering, nothing. That's pretty good service. But yeah, look at the quality of this display, man. This is something that actually intrigues me about this phone right here. It makes it good. I mean, you see how beautiful this is. Edge-to-edge displays are beautiful, but what I don't like about the display is the same thing I probably didn't like before, which is the curve. This is a really deep curve on here, and it makes it difficult for screen protectors. But thankfully, Whitestone Dome came through once again, and this screen protector is truth be told, I haven't had any other screen protector, so I can't say that this is a top dog, boss them up. But I will say that Whitestone Dome as a whole, as a company, not just because they sponsor videos, their screen protectors are awesome. And the thing about it is, this has an in-screen fingerprint reader, and it works like a champ. Nothing every time. And I set this up, like I said in the other initial video, I set this up after I put this tempered glass on there. Like, I pulled this phone out of the box brand new, and I just put the skin on it, and I put the tempered glass on it, and I rolled with it, and that was it. And then I set the display up, so the fingerprint. So I don't know if that's how yours will work that good. You might have to set your fingerprint reader up again, but it's totally possible for it to work for you like that. So I think you'll be happy with that if you decide to go ahead and get this tempered glass. I have an extra one, so I might do a giveaway to one lucky, I shouldn't say luck, I don't even believe in luck. That terminology is something I don't even use. To one person, we'll push the favor on down to them, and maybe I'll hook them up. Look for me on Twitter if I decide to do that, and also look for me on Twitter if I decide to give away the other 2 skins that I have. So if you have a mirror gray or an almond OnePlus 7 Pro, look for me on Twitter. Don't hound me on Twitter. When are you going to do the giveaway? Just know that I'll be doing that. Now, one other thing I want to talk about is the battery. Now, I've gotten 5 hours and 55 minutes so far, and 19 hours on the charge, and I've got 22% left. As you can see here, predominantly, it's just been YouTube. I've just been on YouTube a lot, and that's pretty much the gist of what it's been. You can see all the other things that I've done right there. So, battery life wasn't bad on the first one, and it's not bad on this one. Yeah, it's killer. It's nothing else to say. The battery life is really, really good. And that's to be expected because the optimization that OnePlus gives is actually really good. No ifs, ands, or buts. It works just great. Okay, that's my steps. But the phone itself, man, the only issue that I think that I've seen is just that little bit of yellowing from the rear camera. The front camera is boss. I really like it. What more can I say? I'm not going to settle when it comes to a phone, even if it's not OnePlus. I'm not going to settle for any phone. If I don't like it, I'm going to get rid of it. Or if I find something that's flawed about it, I'm going to talk about it. But yeah, here we are. I wanted to go ahead and put this video out, and maybe I'll go ahead and put the other footage in the, I'll just, I said I was going to put the footage in this video. Maybe, I don't know if I did it or not. We'll see. I guess I'll see after I finish getting this edit done. But nonetheless, the cameras aren't bad. The still shots are pretty good. The portrait mode is iffy when it comes to things, but it's still, I found that I can take a better macro shot and a quote unquote a portrait shot without portrait mode. I just have to focus on the object and get everything else behind it. Let me see if I can show you what I'm talking about here. Let's see here. See, right now this is a macro shot, and it's got a blurred background. The camera is doing a good job at blurring the background on its own. The portrait shots do not come out that good. They don't come out that good at all, man. They just don't. And that's something that, I felt some type of way about. But, other than that, the phone is good. It's a good experience. It wasn't a bad experience last time. But I'm focusing a lot on the cameras because the phone pretty much has everything else down just about. You got that blazing fast charging. You got a big screen. You got edge to edge, like bezel-less, if you will. You've got a killer front camera. Shout out to LB. He used the front camera to stream and stuff, I think. And you've got, it's missing the headphone jack. That's fine. But the Bluetooth on game is good. And it's not much I can say about it. It's not much to complain about when it comes to this phone. It's impressive. Is it my kill-all, be-all phone? No. Some people might say that it is because of the specs. And folks, please don't say phones are future-proof because they're not. There's no way a phone could be future-proof if everything just keeps changing. That terminology has gotten thrown around so much, it's depressing. So I would say to you guys, this phone isn't future-proof, however, is ahead of its time in several areas. How about that? Because there's going to be something that comes along that OnePlus might even bring out that knocks itself out of the box. They might bring out the OnePlus 7T, might have something else. They might make it 21:9 aspect ratio. Anything, I don't know. But no phone is future-proof in my opinion, and that's just the way it goes. This is a good phone. For $669, you get a killer deal when you start comparing it to every other flagship out there. It's a good buy. I mean, this is the $699 version. There's $669, which is 6 gigs, I believe, and 128 gigs of storage. I think that one has. No, let me see here. Yeah, 128 gigs of storage, 128 gigs. And then you got the almond, which is the same one that I have here, just in a different color. And you got the mirror gray 256 gigs. And you got the 749 for the 4 gigs. I don't think this is worth the upgrade. Just getting 4 more gigs of RAM, and you're getting the same storage. OnePlus knows what they're doing. But yeah, there's a $50 difference here, and this is not worth it. I would tell somebody, if they were looking to buy this phone, buy the 8 gig, 256 gig. Reason being is because you're not going to tell the difference in the performance from the 8 gigs to 12 gigs, and you're getting the same storage. Now, if this was 512 gigs of storage, then yeah, that's some kind of upgrade. But there's no difference between these phones, having owned both. So this is technically a pretty good buy for folks, and that's just what it is. It's a good buy. I would recommend you go on down and get the 6 gig model if you just want to save 30 bucks. But this model, the 8 gig, 256 gig models, those are the ones that I would recommend to people if they wanted the OnePlus 7 Pro. So a follow-up video with you guys the next day with the OnePlus 7 Pro. It's a hit amongst the fans. It's a hit amongst the crowd. And I think a lot of guys and ladies are looking at what's on paper. I tend to go more towards experience overall. And I think I didn't have a bad experience last time. And I don't think I'm gonna have a bad experience this time, but there are improvements that need to be done, and they can be done with software updates and, you know, some tweaks here and there from OnePlus, anything's possible. So it's your man Jay. I will see you guys in the next video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let's get it on with the OnePlus 7 Pro.